Welcome back. I am your girl Sybil. Once again, we are here with all about all things for beauty. That's the name of the channel, and we just focusing on being our best selves. So today, to follow up with the first video that I posted yesterday, you can go back and watch that. It was all about how I started, everything about journaling, and I told you everything that I journaled in the last video. But today, this video is mainly for you guys to decide how you guys gonna use the scale, what the scale do to you, for you guys. I'm gonna give you personally what works for me, and tomorrow it will be all about journaling, the reason why I journal, right? So welcome. If you are new, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like. You want to get all the dates on how I've been able to drop over 250 pounds naturally, and my skin is not saggy. Look at this. And the best part of it all, I've done it all naturally. I didn't have no weight loss surgery or none of that. So, and I'm not in a rush, okay? So, as you guys know, this is not a diet, this is a lifestyle. I love scale. I know what scale is about, and guess what? I am okay by not having the patience to step on the scale twice a day or every morning or even weekly. Sometimes I don't. And or putting, like for me to know my right portion, I eyeball my portion. I don't measure them. Even when cooking, I barely measure my stuff. I only measure when I'm doing my spices and my skin oil. I'm not big on measuring at all. That was never a thing for me. I think that's why I'm stuck when it comes to baking. So that's okay. I like to eyeball my things and just put ingredients together, and that's who I am personally in my own personal life. So the scale is not for me personally. The scale for me, what it used to do, it would trigger certain things, and it would make me focus more on how I look instead of how I feel. And really, sometimes the scale could use to be at the best number that I'm supposed to be for my age and my height, and I used to feel horrible. And I remember the time I felt my best, and all my blood tests and everything was so perfect. I was 200 pounds, and it was amazing. So I'm not focusing on what the scale have to say. I focus more on how I feel, and this is a lifestyle, so I'm not planning for me to spend the rest of my life measuring my food, nor measuring, like myself 24/7, because the goal for me, it's how I feel personally, not how I feel when I look at myself, how I feel when I have to get up to be a mom. When I finish eating, I don't want to feel sluggish. When I wake up in the morning after sleeping for 7 hours, for me to feel tired or have a migraine, I can't move around, fatigue. Like, I don't want to feel those things. I don't want for me to bound with blood pressures and stuff like that. And I realize all of those things have nothing to do with um, the number of the scale, really, because the number of the scale could be what it's supposed to be based on your height and everything, and you still are very sick. And the fact that I have tried for almost a decade for me to lose the weight and keep it off, because losing the weight for me, that's what diet is all about, but the lifestyle, that's what's able to make you keep it off. So the fact that I have tried it so many times and it was a big fail, yes, it was on the weight loss category, on having diet that is something temporarily. I did succeed, but for me, I felt like it was a failure because I didn't keep it off, and it was the same temporary mindset of getting to the number that I needed to get on the scale. When I get there, I would get comfortable, I would get so happy and so uh, 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 um make it seems like it's so much of a big success that I forgot that like this is temporarily, and I will go back to where I started, and sometimes I don't even realize that I will gain the weight like way more, double or more. So this time I look at the scale as knowing where I am. um let's say if I feel like my clothes are getting too loose, or a lot of people are saying, oh my god, the weight is falling off so fast, what are you doing, and stuff like that. Or if I feel like I may have gained weight, or it's not dropping, then I get on the scale, because I want to be aware of where I am, and not because I want to get up and beat myself and say, oh, you didn't do this well enough, you didn't that, or for me to critique myself, because usually we the one that critiques ourselves more than anyone else. We are our worst critique, and that could emphasize, that could get worse where it is toxic for our own self. When you are listening to what other people are saying, it could make you critique yourself even worse. It could make you your own worst enemy. And for me, stepping on the scale every morning was a disappointment, and it became where I was starving myself. My body was how could I say that, was like in starvation mode, to where I would have migraine, I would be nauseous, I would be sleep deprived, I would get constipated, I will always be so tired, and then my mindset will get worse. I will be all up in my feeling, my emotion, and I got to a point where I stopped believing in myself. I would question my ability and the discipline that I have, and it was bad for my mental, it was bad for my mental health, it was bad for my emotional health. And it became where, instead of me doing something to better my health, my physical health, it was making it worse, because it triggered a lot of different things. Everyone, like, see things differently. That's why when I finally find a routine that works for me, I didn't look at it to where it was weight loss or body transformation or anything like that. I look at it as a lifestyle change, as embracing my best self, as always waking up every day knowing that I want to do better than I did yesterday. I want to feel better than I did yesterday. I want to have more energy. And I feel like those things has to do with everything we do. It has to do with the environment, the people we keep around, the things that we eat, how we cook, how we see ourselves, how we talk to ourselves. Consistency is different from everyone. For me personally, when I'm looking at my consistency when it comes to me checking on my weight, it's based on, like, I know that it's a new week, so on Mondays I weigh myself in. I know it's going to be a new month, so I want to know how I end the month and how I start the month. I check my weight at midnight, between the 31st, the last day, and the first day of the month. And also I also check on the 15th to make sure, like, hey, you know what, you halfway, are you slacking, Sybil? That's self-reflection for me. That's the personal relationship that I have for me. So for everyone is different. For some people, for them to remain disciplined, for me, for people to remain consistent, they have to, like, how could I say that, get on it where it's like they're on it 24/7. For me, that didn't work for me. So it's like, that's why I always tell people, you have to do what works for you, because at the end of the day, no matter what I am doing, no matter what everyone else is doing, it's not gonna add or take away from your progress or your process. It's not gonna slow it down. It's only gonna benefit you. So when you are following an influencer, or a coach is telling you what to do, if you don't believe in what the coach is teaching you, you might want to change coach. And if you feel like it's harming to your mental health, in the long run, it will be harming to your physical health. And also, you guys have to be very careful in thinking that what may work for me may not work for you, may work for someone else, may not work for me. So there's always the good and the bad. So I want you guys to understand, I'm telling you what works for me. I'm telling you my belief as a lifestyle change coach based on my own experience for with my personal self and people around me that I encountered with for the past decades. So I really hope this help anyone who have been in the same situation as me, or anyone who has who usually allow themselves to get to a point where you stop believing in yourself, or you give up, or you questioning yourself, or you may feel that it's you losing the weight but you losing yourself at the same time, you being harsh, you're not kind enough to yourself. So those are the things that I really hope when you are watching my videos, when you are taking your time to follow along with me in my journey, that could help you do, I could say that could help you in a safe way. Because for me, the weight loss, I wanted it to be safe and I wanted it to not be temporarily. So yes, I'm in a weight loss journey, but I didn't start with that. So always remember, you have to start with the root problem, and you also have to make sure your foundation to your lifestyle is something that you can keep with, because a lifestyle, it's not something temporarily, it's something you're gonna have to do for the rest of your life. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna find things you could do better, because whatever it is that you do, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, the more you practice, the more you find things you could do better. There's always room for improvement. So you have to always compete with the person you used to be. And that's where, it's a very good thing for you to journal your process, and also for you to be okay to learning from your failures, because that's what's going to make you better. That's what's going to make you do better in progress. So don't make it seems like, oh, okay, well, I've been stepping on the scale but still doesn't do this. No, if that's what you do, that's fine, as long as it works for you. Okay, I am just here to tell you what works for me. And whenever you guys ask me question why I don't do this, why I don't do that, I will be more than happy to always explain it, to let you guys know where I am coming from, and hopefully you can relate, and you guys can it could ease the process for you guys. Because me, that's what I wanted. I wanted something easy, something effective, something that is that won't be temporarily, something that I would just have to always maintain, where it will be normal to me, and also it wouldn't be harmful for the people around me, where it will be something where, if because your kids, the people that you deal with, your kids, your nephew, your nieces, your godchildren, they tend to, or your siblings that are younger, they tend to get influenced by the things that you do. And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Just like habit, there is good habit, there is bad habit. Sometimes your norm may be based on the bad habit you have formed over the years, and it's gonna take time for you to snap out of it. So I want whatever it is that I'm doing, that's it's not gonna be harmful or make other people stress, or bring me stress, or fail my kids in the process of it. Because guess what? We grow up every day knowing that we know who we want to be. So for us to be that person, we have to understand the person we used to be, the person we are now, can't relate with that other person. So if we stay with that mindset, if we stay in that environment, if we stay with the same little things that we are used to, we are that that's our norm, that's like we are accustomed to, and we want to make other people believe that's what works for me, that's what it's supposed to be, that's what this, that's what that. Well, meaning your mindset is framed to what you know. Your mindset is already putting you to a limitation of not knowing there is much more out there. The possibility that you could learn from someone else, the possibility that someone else may be able to help. It's like, hey, I'm here, I want the help, but at the same time, your help have to be framed based on my box. Your help have to be limited based on me. That's usually when we lower ourselves to other people's standard, and that's not what we are here for. We are here to uplift each other. We are here to get ourselves, that's the key word, ourselves, to our best self, not to best or the, what other people see that is best, what other people see that is the big mark, the big finishing line. No, ourself, that's what we want. We want to focus on what's best for us, what's good enough for us, what's gonna benefit us in the long run. So I really hope this was able to help you guys make the decision how you're gonna move forward when it comes to weighing yourself and weighing your food. For me, like I said, I eyeball everything. Just like when I stand in the mirror or how I feel. Usually when I'm having, little discomfort in my stomach, or I feel bloated and stuff like that, that's when I step on the scale often. I would say like back to back, probably like 2-3 times in the day, because I want to know what the hell is going on with me, why my stomach feel bloated, why do I have gas, why do I feel tired, for me to look back in my journal to see what is it that I've been doing that was wrong. Again, my name is Sybil. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, share it. Don't forget to put the notification button on. I will always stop by here every day to give you a little bit tips and tricks. I apologize, the video was a little bit longer than usual today, but I had to put everything in one video so it's not confusing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.